You ever heard of the African princess who became Queen Victoria's goddaughter? Her name was Sarah Forbes Bonetta, and her journey from a harrowing capture to a life within the British aristocracy is a chilling and astonishing testament to survival in a brutal colonial era. Her story begins in 1843 in Okodan, a vibrant Egbodo Yoruba town. Her name was Ina, a princess, part of a thriving community, but peace shattered with the arrival of King Gezo of the Homies warriors. These were not mere battles, they were brutal slave hunts. Designed to capture and enslave, Ina's parents were massacred, and the 5-year-old princess herself was taken, a prize of war, destined perhaps for ritual sacrifice, a common practice in Dahomey. Her grim fate took an unexpected turn in 1850. Captain Frederick E. Forbes of the British Royal Navy arrived in Dahomey, not to save her, but to negotiate with King Gezo for the cessation of the slave trade, a trade Britain itself had profited from for centuries. In a perverse display of power and perceived magnanimity, King Gezo gifted the traumatized child to Captain Forbes. He called her Sarah Forbes Bonetta after himself and his ship, the HMS Bonetta, effectively erasing her true identity. This was not an act of rescue, but a transfer of ownership, albeit to a more enlightened form of patronage. When Sarah arrived in England, she was presented to Queen Victoria. The Queen, intrigued by this exotic curiosity and impressed by Sarah's composure despite her horrific past, took her on as a godchild. This was less about genuine kinship and more about a calculated display of British imperial benevolence and the perceived success of their civilizing mission. Sarah was educated, dressed in fine clothes, and showcased as the living symbol of what British influence could achieve for savage nations. She was a guest at Windsor Castle, a unique figure within the royal orbit, but always under the watchful eye of her powerful benefactor. Her life was shadowed by the trauma of her past and the burden of her symbolic role. Her fragile health, likely exacerbated by the stark climatic and cultural differences, was a constant concern. In 1862, Queen Victoria, exercising her control, arranged Sarah's marriage to James Pinson Labulo Davies, a wealthy Yoruba businessman who had been educated in Britain. Their first child, born in 1863, was named Victoria, with the Queen again acting as godmother, further cementing the royal connection and influence. Ina returned to West Africa, but her health continued to decline. She died of tuberculosis in 1880 at the tragically young age of 37.